sponsors that made this video possible. Good morning. My name is Deja. I want to welcome you to the Black Business Playbook webinar series. In this series, we share essential business strategy skills with BIPOC entrepreneurs on finance, sales, marketing, HR, and legal topics. Today, we will hear from Tom Larson, Business Development Director at Self-Help Credit Union. He will share an overview of the different items you should consider before launching your business. I'm excited to hear the insights that he will provide.
Hello, let's talk about planning for small business owners. I'm Tom Larson. I work in Jacksonville, Florida for Self-Help Credit Union, and we're a proud supporter of Black Business Investment Fund. Today I'd like to review market factors that all beginning business people should consider, business structure, components of a business plan, license, insurance, finance and credit, bookkeeping, and taxes, all very important considerations to a successful business trajectory. Getting started, let's look at the factors to consider. What is there demand for? What skills and experience do you have? What will make you happy? To embark on your business, you've got several options. You can start from scratch. You can scale up a hobby or a part-time business, buy an existing business, buy a franchise, or learn and then later branch off from a standing business. There are several types of business structures for you to consider. Sole proprietorship is common for small businesses getting going. It's the default option. Partnerships can be organized, and it can be used when there are multiple owners. These are somewhat informal, and they appear on your taxes for federal and state filings and show up on your individual tax return. You can also be more formal. You can establish a C corporation or an S corporation, and in some places there are limited liability considerations that are available. In a business plan, there are several sections. The executive summary, which is basically your 3-minute elevator speech, your business description, a market analysis, a competitive analysis, a risk analysis, development and production plans, a management analysis, and an operating plan. Finally, it's very important to have a financial analysis and projection that gets into the past, present, or future. I recommend often the offering by the SCORE Association. There's a link highlighted on the page. These are business mentors who offer their services for free or for very low cost. You can also get assistance from any one of the small business development centers in Florida, and the SBA can often be a resource, as well as local enterprise incubator type operations. Be sure to understand what business licenses and permits you may need. Doing business as, or DBA, fictitious name registration, any health department or other permits that may be necessary for your line of work, an occupational license that may be required by the state, and make sure you get an employer identification number to protect the confidentiality of your personal Social Security number. Insurance is a major consideration. I refer you to the types of insurance on the slide in the deck, and would suggest that you think about your risks and your exposures and undertake insurance to help protect your families and business security. Finding finance. Well, you need to know how much you truly need. Different types of financing are important at different aspects of one's business life. Commonly, businesses start with one's own personal assets or help from family or friends. Sometimes you need to look a little more broadly to venture capital or angels, merchant banks, commercial banks, credit unions, and community banks, and they collaborate with the Small Business Administration in different respects. One can use credit cards or microloans, and there are fintech or other crowdsourcing mechanisms. Make sure you understand the limits to liability protection that these different types of financing provide, and not all businesses are in a position to be able to take advantage of all of these different means of financing. Be sure to understand your own financial capability and to develop strength. As you gain in financial literacy, you should be building a budget and planning. You need to manage and deal with credit and debt. You want to focus on long-term asset building, savings and equity for your own and your family's security. You want to have strength in this area so you can gain good access to banking and loan prospects. And be sure to manage your taxes so that you maintain control of your finances and don't get into troubles. Managing credit is a big part of any business venture. Smaller businesses generally rely on their personal credit to get started, and oftentimes business credit will call on the principal's personal guarantees. Make sure you get all red flags off your credit reports, and those are matters of concern that maybe they're improperly or might be something you need to deal with. No better time than the present to get started on that. Make sure you manage all of your obligations, deal with your personal finances to enhance your family position, deal with down payments, and this personal asset guarantee may be a matter to be aware of. Personal and family wealth is based on home ownership typically, and you want to be in a stable position as you get into your business. Keep your business and personal expenses separate. It helps you determine deductions, and it also demonstrates to the IRS that you are legitimate. It also lets you know if your business is profitable. Have one checking account for your personal life and another one for your business life. And likely you should have separate savings accounts too. Bookkeeping is important. It's tedious. It's commonly not a favorite activity, but you do want to get totally on top of your data so that you can get good information from it. Accrual accounting is standard for most businesses. Cash basis is okay too, but that's a matter for consideration with your tax advisor. Financial statements are needed when you make your decisions, when you make applications for loans. You want to have a good current income statement. You want your balance sheet to be reflecting your standing, and you want a cash flow statement to really help you understand what the flows are over a period of time, both the history and the forecast. Here's a balance sheet example, a simple rendering. Here's an income statement and profit and loss. And finally, a cash flow example for your consideration. You want to pay for your own personal expenses and be aware of the need to have other income channels. You may get little income from your business initially. Prepare to engage with family, your savings, keep your current employment, be prepared to manage well your credit cards. It's really best to avoid relying on them for personal expenses during business formation and growth. Paying taxes is a very important aspect of life, and you want to make sure you stay on top of all of your obligations, whether they be for payroll taxes or your income taxes or sales taxes. Basically, the government will come looking for you to fulfill your obligations. I represent Self-Help Credit Union. We're an institution that is dedicated to helping people build their financial strength. We tend to be more focused on the personal strength side, but we help small businesses get oriented. Feel free to contact me and my colleagues across the state of Florida to find out what services might be best and suited to serve your goals. And we offer both credit builder as well as wealth builder programs to help people manage well their credit standing and present themselves best to the market. And we also have other services, principally on the consumer side, but will help you and your family in the best ways we can. So offering here contact information for me. I would welcome follow-up or ask your consultant at the Black Business Investment Fund for how to collaborate with Self-Help Credit Union in the future. Well, thank you very much for your time, and I hope this was interesting to you.
We appreciate you taking the time to present today, Tom, and sharing such valuable tips. As Tom mentioned, it's extremely important to keep your personal and business financials separate. This lets the IRS know you are a legitimate business, allowing them to see if your business is profitable. It is extremely important to ensure that you keep a good record of everything. Having detailed income statements and balance sheets allows you to accurately reflect on your business's standing. Connect with a member of our business consultant team at BBIF if you would like a little more clarity on some of the items Tom mentioned. As a reminder, follow BBIF on social media for updates about upcoming webinar episodes. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you real soon.
As a reminder, follow BBIF on social media for updates about upcoming webinar episodes. Thank you for tuning in.
We want to give a thank you to the sponsors that made this video possible.
We want to give a thank you to the sponsors who made this video possible.